My dear friends in Christ, today on this 26th Sunday in Ordinary Time, we hear the parable or the story about Lazarus, the poor man, and Dives, the rich man. Lazarus is there outside the rich man's door every single day, and he's longing for bread. He's very poor, he's very hungry, and the rich man never gives him anything. He's full of sores, and the rich man never shows him any compassion. Even the dogs come and lick poor Lazarus' sores. And then Lazarus dies, and he's in the bosom of Abraham. The rich man had all of this world's goods. Recall last week, Jesus told his disciples, you cannot serve both God and mammon. You have to make a choice. Well, the rich man chose mammon. He chose the things of the world, and all the things that the world offered never helped Lazarus, and then he died. And he was in the torments of fiery Gehenna. And even from there, when he saw Lazarus, the poor man, in the bosom of Abraham, he said, oh, send Father Abraham, send Lazarus to bring me some water here, as if Lazarus was still his servant or lesser. And Father Abraham said, there's a great divide between where you are and where we are, and you can't just go back and forth any longer. And he said, well, just send someone to tell my family members, my brothers, and so on and so forth. If they have even the law and the prophets, they won't believe even the law and the prophets, and then neither will they believe, even if someone should rise from the dead. What does Jesus want to say? The first is the necessity for his disciples to choose the things of heaven. Lazarus might have been poor, but he wasn't wicked, and so he was resting in the bosom of Abraham. The rich man had to pass through the one door of the house every single day, because that's how the Jewish homes were designed. So he could not have not seen Lazarus. But he ignored him. He was indifferent. And indifference to the word, the plight of the poor, kills. It says, you do not matter. We're often like this at a traffic light. When someone is looking for a handout, we turn our heads away, we pretend like we haven't seen them, when in fact we have. The rich man did that every single day to Lazarus. He could see him suffering. And he fashioned himself wealthy, he fashioned himself intelligent, but even the dogs had a higher emotional intelligence than the rich man. They came and licked Lazarus' sores, where the rich man never tended to the sores of poor Lazarus. But Lazarus was in peace in the bosom of Abraham. The rich man cared little about God, cared little about his neighbor, cared little about the fulfillment of the law or the prophets. Why would he care now if even someone should rise from the dead? This is a warning to those who think, if I just fulfill my duties, I will be okay. Or if I just have enough of this world's goods, I will be okay. Or I am superior because I have more wealth than someone who is poor yet has great faith. It's a wake-up call to us that we need to act with compassion as the disciples of Jesus. If we do not commit ourselves to the law and the prophets are always calling us to conversion, the law is always calling us to greater love of God and neighbor, then what does our faith mean? We won't really believe in the one who suffered upon the cross and truly rose from the dead. It's a warning. And if we die, and we die outside of the friendship with God, there will be this great chasm, and we won't be able to go back. And those fires will be eternal. That's not something we hear very often today. We're always happy, happy, joy, joy, thinking our actions don't have consequences. But especially indifference toward the poor, trampling upon the rights of the poor, depriving men of their just wages. These are crimes that cry out to heaven for vengeance, for justice. We always want the Lord's mercy, and we should beseech the Lord's mercy. But justice and mercy go hand in hand. While we have the time, while the Lord gives us the opportunity, let us use the gifts and the blessings he has given us in the service of our neighbor, especially the poorest of the poor. Let us help them, not only materially, but spiritually, to come into a deeper relationship with Jesus Christ, who has revealed himself as the love of God.